Now let's talk about the rules for validity of hypothetical syllogisms. A hypothetical syllogism is built from a statement which takes the form if then. For example, if the country is in danger due to invasion or rebellion, then the president can declare martial law. The if part in the statement is the antecedent. It states the condition under which the then part or consequent is true. Moreover, a hypothetical syllogism may be pure or mixed. Here's a schematic illustration of pure hypothetical syllogisms. You may pause this video and observe the patterns. Let's take the following example. If electricity flows through a conductor, then a magnetic field is produced. If a magnetic field is produced, then a nearby compass will be deflected. Therefore, if electricity flows through a conductor, then a nearby compass will be deflected. Both of the premises here, as well as the conclusion, are conditionals. For such a conditional to be valid, the antecedent of one premise must match the consequent of the other. What one may validly conclude, then, is a conditional containing the remaining antecedent as antecedent and the remaining consequent as consequent. You might simply think of the middle term, the proposition in common between the two premises, as being cancelled out. In a mixed hypothetical syllogism, the major premise is a conditional, while the minor premise serves to affirm or deny either the antecedent or consequent of the major conditional premise. Here are four possible forms of such syllogism. You may pause this video and observe their patterns. Take note that syllogisms affirming the antecedent and syllogisms denying the consequent are valid, while syllogisms affirming the consequent and syllogisms denying the antecedent are invalid. Here are examples for mixed hypothetical syllogisms. You may pause this video and observe their differences. Again, remember that a syllogism affirming the antecedent is a valid argument, while a syllogism denying the antecedent is an invalid argument. Likewise, a syllogism affirming the consequent is an invalid argument, while a syllogism denying the consequent is a valid argument. This is also known as the law of contraposition, where you may form an equivalent logically interchangeable conditional by interchanging its antecedent and consequent, and then denying each side. Here are the four schematic instances of the law of contraposition. You may pause this video and observe their patterns. A word of warning. You must not confuse the contrapositive of a conditional with that conditional's converse. The converse of a conditional is formed simply by keeping the antecedent and consequent of a conditional in the same place and denying them both. For instance, the contrapositive of if P then not Q is if not Q then P. The converse of P then not Q is if not P then Q. Whereas a conditional is logically equivalent to its contrapositive, it is clearly not equivalent to its converse. So those are the rules for validity of hypothetical syllogism. Thanks for listening.